All right, happy Wednesday. I had a few questions about the NTI Lesson 2 worksheet. And so I just want to take a few minutes to kind of go through some of these questions. And I've put some answers on the questions. So this is kind of going to be a worksheet helps. If this is really beneficial to some of the day-to-day assignments, I'd be happy to do this on each worksheet that I have you do. That way, if you have questions, question by question, we'll have a video to kind of go along with it. So this very first question says, state the order of the classification from most complex to simplest. What I've given here is these are the levels of classifications, but they're in the opposite order. So the most complex is actually species, then genus, then family, then order, then class, then phylum, then kingdom. So it's just the reverse. You see this cone is like really broad at the top and it gets more narrow as we go down. So that is question 1. Question 2 is, what are the two parts of the scientific name? For example, Homo sapiens, which are humans. Well, the two parts is Homo refers to the genus, and then sapiens refers to the species. So it's actually a genus species name, and the species name's always in lowercase. Number 3, what is the language? That's found in our notes. The language is often Latin. I added Greek here. Sometimes we'll find a couple of Greek names that are used in naming organisms, and they use these languages because they're not used in everyday, conversations. Number 4, what is the two name system for naming organisms? It is called binary nomenclature. So binary refers to, that scientific name has two names, two words. So binary means two, and then nomenclature is just a naming system. All right, number 5, what is the most specific unit of classification? If you go back to number 1 and look at the little chart, the most specific or the most narrowed down is the species one. So that's species on number 5. Number 6, from our notes, it's Linnaeus. He is the one that's responsible, or that we give credit to, the most current scientific method of naming organisms. And then these next few questions are based on these kingdoms: fungi, animals, plants, protists, Monera, archaebacteria. And so we're just wanting you to know what kingdom these are in. And so I'll do number 1, cats, dogs, and sponges. Well, I may not know what a sponge is, but I know cats and dogs are in the animal kingdom. So I would write in animal kingdom there. And so you can do a little research to figure out amoebas, parameciums, and so forth. All right, what kingdom you think that they fall into, you can look it up. Number 3, multicellular organisms that cannot make their own food. So they're not autotrophs, they're not producers. So I could use either heterotrophs or consumers would be fine. Mushrooms and molds are examples of fungi. This is number 4. And then number 5, unicellular organisms with a nucleus and membranes are called eukaryotic or eukaryotes. We talked a little bit about this in our cell unit, but I know it's been a while. So I'm not going to, let me repeat, I am not going to post an assignment for tomorrow. I'm actually going to let you use tomorrow to get caught up on day 1 and day 2 especially since there was a little like wonky questions about this worksheet. If this video with the worksheet, like me working through it and kind of going question by question, is helpful, I'll start recording those. Um, that way I can kind of post those with the assignment. So that way you can kind of maybe open the video in one tab and then work through the worksheet on your own. That way we can kind of work through things together. All right. I do miss everybody. Um, I thought, oh, wow, having a few days off from school is going to be great. It is so boring. I wish I was at school. We could be sharing funny stories. And I think that's what I might do in the next day or two. I might try to find some funny things that's happening in my day to day, just to kind of break the monotony of just feeling like we're doing schoolwork all the time. So please email me if you have questions. Send me a remind message and make sure everybody's signed up for remind. You can post questions on Google Classroom and I'll try to get back with you as quick as possible. I'm actually going to spend the next couple of hours getting caught up on some of our grades, providing some feedback. So, everybody take care, and I hope to see everybody real soon.